like it, the man introduction. We're going to do the player rating by Houston Red Army. They're going to tell you what they rated the players today, despite a 0-0 draw. We're going to start with the goalkeeper, Hendo.
Not much to do. Shots were straight at him. Solid 6.
Henderson was present in a few times. Bamford had a shot on goal, and I think I can't remember one of the other midfielders in Leeds, but they had a shot on goal as well. So, I'll give him a 6.5. A couple saves.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's kind of hard to rate him because he wasn't really challenged that much today. Every ball that did come at him, I mean, it was good hands, so I'll give him credit for that. Also went and put on the cute little baseball cap.
Right, hat sales are booming.
United
hat sales are booming right now.
Something about that hat.
Wan-Bissaka.
Wan-Bissaka, no. Again, for me, I think he was man of the match today. And so, again, it's hard to go and give a super high ratings given the performance of the overall team. But I'd give him a 7.5 just because, again, I really love the guy's work rate. I mean, he is just putting in the effort,
As far as Wan-Bissaka goes, I love to see him making these outstanding tackles. It shows why we pay Crystal Palace what we pay Crystal Palace. He's worth every penny. Now, in the future, we'll have more moments for him to go forward as his skill increases and as he gets better as a player. But for now, he's doing the job as a defender. So I'm gonna give him a solid 8 today.
I give Aaron a solid 7. Completely shut down that entire half of the field. Well, I mean, what can I say? He's the best right back in the fucking league right now.
Dang, you're going a bit too comfortable there, bro.
Get him on the
Best in the league?
Southgate, get him on the national
Walk
team.
is
Stop
pretty
fucking
good.
around, man.
Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw, solid. He almost, like, you didn't even know he was on the pitch because, like, Leeds didn't even try that time.
No.
They didn't.
That's true.
They already know not to even go over there, and that speaks to
Spider-Man.
Yeah, I mean,
Spider-Man.
so I'll give him a size 6.5. Luke Shaw.
Oh, Luke Shaw. Well, today, Luke was running, making some good runs, some timely passes. I can appreciate that. Overall, he didn't really give up too much. He's one of our more improved players this season. Overall, I'll give him a 7.
Again, I mean, I'll give him a 6.5 simply because I just don't think he was challenged that much.
I think so, yeah.
Like you said, Leeds never seemed to be about trying to go forward, attack or whatever. They were very comfortable. I mean, again, they were disciplined, whatever, but they didn't seem to be interested in really going and mounting too much pressure up top, and so that really didn't give our guys much to do.
Lindelof.
Lindelof, again, I wouldn't say challenged that much, so I'd give a 6.5. Again, we kept the clean sheet, so.
For Lindelof making runs into midfield, I'll credit that today and give him a 6.5.
Solid 6.5, maybe even 7, because I feel like dual man of the match with Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
Maguire.
Maguire, captain, 6.5, maybe even a 7. Solid play today.
Well, I mean, for Harry, I just need
6.5.
I just need my captain to be more
scoring goals.
dominant in the box. We had about 4 or 5
Corner
corners
kicks.
today, and not a header, not a chance from him.
He had one in the first half,
And I
which was
remember
on his own, unmarked.
Right, nothing. So I remember a day when our defenders were feared. I remember a day when our defenders were respected. If we can get back to those
Vintage
days.
used to give you 8-9 goals a season,
Right.
guaranteed.
So other than that, I mean, Harry didn't concede a goal today. We didn't give him anything for set pieces. He got a 6.5.
I give it 6.5 as well, and I just want to highlight that with a point that he made is that, back in the days when we had Rio and Vidic and stuff, I got
even Wes Brown.
I got the feeling that opposing teams were afraid to come into our box.
Definitely.
Because they knew that they were going to get muscled, bodied, elbow in the face. Like
Definitely.
something was going to happen to them if they
Hard not defending.
because that was our box, right? We don't have that reputation, that feeling anymore, and I would love to see us to get that back. So,
Right, let's go to the midfield. Fred.
Again, I don't know. I feel like there were a few times when he gave away the ball kind of stupidly. Wasn't as great of a performance as you'd like, but it also wasn't bad. So again, so many of the ratings today is just kind of like, know, so I'll give him a 6.
Fred is what he is, a box to box with lack of vision.
The way you started, box to box, like, oh wow, the
It
lack
is
of
what it
vision.
is. I mean, Fred will definitely win a few tackles here and there, but when it comes down to a counterattack, when we have possession, you can't count on the man to distribute the ball where it needs to go. It's the honest fact. Other than that, he was a presence today in midfield. Him and McTominay did a good job of shutting down players. I saw them tag teaming on a few of Leeds players, so I'll give Fred a 6.5 today.
I'll go ahead and just give the one score to McFred 6.
The whole team, the McFred combo.
Yeah, it's a combo.
The fries as a drink.
Yeah, they're like
Right.
the two Spider-Mans just looking at each other in that pivot.
You.
Exactly. So
What are you gonna give that combo?
I'm gonna give them a 6. They're solid defensively, but the
Nothing going.
midfielders, they absolutely gave us nothing moving forward.
Yeah.
Right.
We need that.
All right, we're going to Bruno from there. Bruno.
Bruno
That looked quite
tried,
good.
did what he could. He was a little bit sloppy from time to time. Definitely bringing Pogba in does help Bruno, you know, as far as like not being like singled out by defenses and all of that. I give Bruno maybe a 6.5 today. I wasn't too impressed, and that's a low score for Bruno.
Yeah. Yeah.
I believe what Joe's saying is pretty spot on. You know, we need to have Pogba next to Bruno so he can alleviate some of the pressures in midfield. You know, the defense looks at Bruno and they realize if we shut him down, United can't create. It's clear as day. They see him as the one creative spark on the team, and they'll put 2 men on him, and that shuts down the midfield. So I think I saw some frustration from Bruno today because, you know, he just wants another player to be on the same level. And, you know, we bring Van de Beek on with like 6 minutes left. That's not enough. So overall, I give Bruno a 6.5 today.
Yeah. No, I mean, I give Bruno, I think, a 6 today. Because a lot of times I think my ratings are also relative to what their normal performance are, you know, and stuff. And again, Bruno, he definitely underperformed today. He wasn't near as much of a presence as I would have hoped he would have been. I think he had some pretty sloppy free kicks that he should have done better on. But I think it's also interesting what we're saying with Pogba, because there was the media report that Bruno said he doesn't want to do a contract extension until he hears what Pogba's plans are.
Right.
And based on what we saw today, that's an incredibly smart move, I think, on his part, because Bruno on his own is a good player.
Yeah,
but
he's
with
struggled.
Pogba, that's magic, right? And so, and that's why I was sad that to see that Pogba didn't get as many minutes today as he normally would have.
We'll go into the forward line. We'll start with Daniel James, the Speedmaster Sonic.
I'll give James a 6.5. Again, you know, like I said with all the others, not a bad performance, but nothing, you know, overly impressive.
The speed merchant, he is what he is. Same as Fred, runs about, never picks his head up. past the
No
second
end
touch.
product.
Dan had a chance, a genuine
Yeah.
chance in the box.
Don't know what he was
What's he
doing.
do? Nothing.
Yeah.
Doesn't pick his head up, doesn't take a shot, maybe tries to pass, who knows. But I need to see more from a United player in moments like this.
But James was the one where the ball got slotted.
Yeah.
Directly to him, at his feet.
And instead of one timing it into the net, yeah.
Any natural striker, any natural winger would definitely look for the ball to come.
And
but he
get ready to
definitely
shoot.
looks where he's going to take a shot at least. He didn't look up at all. So today he gets a 6 from me.
He's actually been generous.
James
Daniel
gets
James.
James get a solid 4.5 for me.
That one, to me, I will give him 4.
4.5.
Yeah.
Like because of his play, his decision making, completely nullified the right side. He can't play with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, so we're constantly going to the left. He's just not a viable option in a lot of games when teams decide to step back. And you know, it's not necessarily his fault. I blame Ole for this, for keeping him out there too long. He could have gotten a 5 if Ole took him out at the half. But he got a 4.5. because I got to see more of his shit.
Yeah.
So it's a
The more we saw of
Right.
him,
The longer he stayed on, his phone started to decline.
Yeah.
But while you're there, Mason Greenwood.
Mason Greenwood, he's a little disappointed today.
Yeah.
We weren't able to get the ball to him. He just was not able. We just weren't. A lot of times he just disappeared. He was supposed to be playing the center forward. Mason probably was disappointed. I think they kind of got to him a little bit. They were fucking with him. I don't know who that guy was. The freaking.
The guy with the braided.
I didn't want to say that, but he does have that Bond villain look to him. That guy was fucking with him all game. And, you know, he got to him. So Mason probably gets a 5.5, maybe 6.
Today I expected more from Mason, but you know he's young. He still has time to improve. We're gonna have these games from him. That's just expected.
Young enough to start.
Overall, he did have maybe two shots on
Yeah.
goal.
Well, no. There were
Nothing
two
with any
straight.
conviction. Nothing with any conviction. He hit him straight at the keeper, I believe. So overall, I guess a 6 today.
Yeah, I give him a 6 as well. I mean, like you said, it just wasn't much there for him, but I think that's something that he's going to have to improve on as a player as he gets older, is that even when there's not something there, you've got to create some chances for yourself. And sometimes he's getting the ball, but he's not able to go and create that space to get the shot off or get the cross to somebody else just yet. So hopefully we see that more in the future, but still got a ways to go.
We have to figure out what we're going to do with him, because Ole is playing him off the right at times, and then we want him to play up top. That's his natural position.
Yeah.
So I think what United need to figure out is if we're going to keep him on the wing or if we're going to play him up top. So we have to figure this out within the next 2-3 years, because Cavani won't be here. And so we need to figure out who's going to be our number 9.
Good.
But I've seen Greenwood play.
Rashford
I've seen Greenwood play center forward a lot better than what he did.
on the right.
Yeah.
Rashford.
Rashford, again, just not much really to comment on.
He had 2 chances, one free kick the keeper saved, and one that Lindelof put him over the top.
I was going to
flopped
say,
his
yeah,
line.
sorry. I came in a little bit late or whatever. I didn't see that one, but I saw the replay. Yeah, he should have, on that one,
First touch.
if he takes a better first touch, he can slam that home. So, yeah, ultimately, I'll give him a 6 as well.
Rashford today, I expected more from Rashford as well. A few techers, but no positive results as far as a goal. I mean, we can look at YouTube for techers. We need a goal in game. So I feel like for Rashford, he gets a 6 today.
Yeah, Rashford, same thing for me. He gets a solid, 6. Not too threatening. He had some good movement, but it's just,
highlights, but no goal.
It's Mr. Highlights right now with Rashford.
Highlights, no assists.
I don't fucking understand that shit. I do not understand what's going on with Rashford right now, where he's constantly picking the option for the TikTok or whatever the fuck,
Whatever the kids do now.
The nutmegs.
Yeah, the nutmegs. I get it. Okay, but it only counts if you cross somebody over if you make the shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
True.
It only counts if you cross somebody if you make the shot.
There has to
If
be
you're not
some
making the
result.
shot,
So
and
do
make
the
positive
bag
movement,
and then send the cross.
Yeah. Otherwise, nobody cares.
Yeah.
No one cares. Let's go to the subs quickly. We had Pogba come in right on 20 minutes, 15 to go. What are you giving Pogba on a scale of 1 to 10?
Solid 6. He wasn't in there long enough, but he did make an impact. The team was definitely different. We moved the ball a lot better, more positively moving forward. We looked more threatening with Pogba on the pitch. So a solid 6. Could have been better, but I think he had a chance when there was a ball came over. He could have done a little bit better.
Yeah, I was going to say, he was in the box and
He had a touch.
right.
I'll give him a 6.
Today, Pogba really should have been brought on earlier, in my opinion. Dan James was struggling after the 54th minute. But Ole, for some reason, likes to keep subs past time.
Yeah.
So, for what Pogba had to do, for what he had, I guess, to work with, I give him a 6 today.
Yeah. I'll go a little bit higher. I'll give him a 6.5 because I do feel that the tone of the game changed once he came on. We did start to seem to take a little bit more control, start pressing. But again, it's just he didn't have enough time to really get kind of stuck in. And I wish he had some more minutes because I think that would have changed things.
Right. Let's go to the next substitute. Cavani came on.
Yeah. Cavani, and he didn't have enough time for me to really even give a rating. But again, I wish Ole would have given him some more time, because I think if we would have brought on Pogba and Cavani earlier in the match, we would have pulled a goal and win out of this.
Cavani.
Yeah, I agree. We definitely would have more than likely provided a result with Cavani and Pogba on earlier. So Cavani really didn't last long today because he didn't have a lot of time. So I'll give him like 5.
I would like to give Cavani a 5, but it seemed like there were like 2 back-to-back plays in the limited time that he had.
We lost
Where
it.
he lost it and he killed our counter.
Yep.
So I'm gonna have to give Cavani a 4.5 on this one. Like you're there. You
Hold the ball up, bring everyone into
I
play.
know you're coming in cold and shit, but
Yeah.
like there were a couple of times where he was solely responsible of killing our counters. So
But
4.5.
our favorite player who comes out, Mr. Late Show, Van der Beek.
The Late Show with Donnie Van der Beek. Man, what can I say? I feel so bad for this guy.
As
man.
when he came, I said, man, this is not fair.
88th minute.
Hey, man, what do you want this guy? It's like, oh, hey, go out there and die, right? And that's exactly what happens. He goes out there and nothing happens, So solid 5. I'm not even gonna fuck with him.
Van de Beek. I mean, I feel for him. It's hard. You don't get no time. He didn't have anything to do. He gave the ball away once. I mean, you get like a 4, bro, I guess.
Yeah, but I really don't understand what Solskjaer's doing sometimes, because when that happened, I'm like, are we trying to waste time to get to the final whistle?
right,
What are we
right,
doing?
Right. It's almost as if like he was fulfilling a contractual
I was gonna say, it was
obligation.
like, okay, all right.
Part of his contract
Ole will start
to get him in.
Pogba as a left midfielder, but he'll let Dan James play as a right mid when we have Donny Van de Beek, who could possibly fill that role for a game.
I don't
And let's
know.
let us see something from the man.
Right, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer substituting selections and tactics today. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give ODS?
I'm gonna give him a 3 today.
Damn!
Because,
Okay.
no, I do feel that this was a winnable match, and that we dropped 2 points today solely as a result of his lack of subs, right? Okay, it's like, again, I think the initial lineup, I don't really have a problem with that. Okay, given what everything that's going on with the different competitions and stuff, I'm fine with that. But when you see the lethargy that's going on there, and you see that we're not creating anything, at halftime, you got to go and say, okay, well, all right, we need to go and do something to try to go and get the momentum our way. And then even if you don't do it at halftime, well, after you start the second half and the same thing's happening, you've got to step in and you've got to do something. Whereas the Pogba didn't come on until what was it, the 75th minute? And the Cavani didn't come on until the 80th.
The Late Show with Donny Van der Beek.
So it's just like, again, I really feel that if he goes and makes those substitutions earlier,
There's a
the
change.
tone of the game changes, which it did when Pogba came on or whatever. I think Cavani, if he had been given some more time to get stuck in, we would have pulled out a goal, we would have pulled out the match. So I'm really pinning this loss on Ole.
Ole today, overall, we didn't give up any goals, so I guess he kind of gets credit for that, but we could have won the game as well. You don't make subs with 5 minutes left, 6 minutes left. Leeds was looking at us the whole time, waiting for us to make subs. When they realized that we weren't going to make subs in enough time, all they had to do was sit back and wait. The game was over.
Yeah.
You put Cavani Van der Beek on with 5-6 minutes left and expect a result. Not against Leeds. They're coached very well. So today Ole gets a 4.5.
Yeah, Ole for me gets maybe a 5. If you're gonna shit, man. If you're gonna play pragmatic football and you're just not gonna put your best out there, hey, man, why don't you give Twan Savy
Matthew
couple
a chance.
minutes, Because if you're
Might
trying to
as well.
if you're trying to save people for Thursday, right? Then play McTominay. I mean, no, not McTominay. Play Twan Savy. Play Matic. If that's what you're gonna do, because McFred is gonna show up. McFred is gonna be there on Thursday.
The combo, yeah.
Yeah,
They'll be there on Thursday.
Lindelof is gonna be there.
Oh, yeah.
Maguire's
The whole
gonna
back four will be
The
there.
whole back four is gonna be there.
Back 6 will be there, just the back 6.
With the exception of De Gea in goal. But
Exactly,
Yeah, yeah.
But
So
yeah.
you give